Well, more now on that meeting of G20 finance ministers and central bank governors in Paris. French Finance Minister Christine Lagarde says officials must set targets very high. I want to bring in Alan Ruskin, the global head of G10 foreign exchange strategy at Deutsche Bank, joining us on the phone from New York. Alan, good to have you with us. And, you know, when you hear the Finance Minister Lagarde say they've got to set targets high, what do you think those are going to have to be this weekend?
Well, it seems like the main focuses are twofold. One on a variety of different macro indicators that relate to global imbalances, things like current account and private and public savings and reserves, those kind of indicators. And then the other discussion seems to be, one that's come up relatively rapidly, and that's on food price inflation and what to do about food price inflation. And that one, I think is particularly vexing in terms of how to tackle that problem.
Well, exactly. I mean, it's complicated the situation for them even more. What do you think that they're going to say during this weekend to even try to tackle that problem?
Well, I think, hopefully they don't go down the blame game and sort of blame QE because, easy money has been a sort of a general global problem as such. And I think, capital controls encouraging commodities speculation has also been a factor. So, there are a few things that might actually change there, but I think they should recognize that, some of the policies they've had and some of the policies that they've perhaps even encouraged has certainly encouraged some of the commodity speculation. And one thing I would say is, it'd be very discouraging if they start to really aggressively try to control food prices, because there's nothing really like higher food prices to encourage greater supply. And, that greater supply will ultimately, I think, take effect and suppress food prices going forward. But in the meantime, there's obviously going to be a very tough ride for particularly the poorer part of the global population.
But could they really actually do anything to try to put in controls on food prices?
It's not obvious to me, really. I mean, maybe you can sort of try to cap price extremes, really, rather than actually control prices. I think trying to control prices would be a bad idea.
Yes. Alan, thank you. Appreciate it. Alan Ruskin of Deutsche Bank talking about the G20 meeting.